Hi everyone, it's Lana from Living Wildly Free and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm super excited because my new binders came in, so we are going to be moving my things from my old binders into my new binders, and I've also made some new cash envelopes and some other things, so I hope that's something you'd like to see. If it is, keep watching. Okay, so first thing is my new binders. So this is actually my second set of new binders. I didn't really get to show you guys last time, but the first order I placed was for these gold binders, and there's a bit of like glitter in the, is it PVC? In the PVC plastic. And I like these, but you know, as you're watching everyone else's videos, you come across other binders, and I saw these binders, someone had it, I forget who it was, but they had it in gray, and I thought it was so cute, and so I checked Shopee, I checked AliExpress, and it was just so expensive. Shopee, Lazada had a seller, but I tried to order and then they canceled the order, and then I watched someone else on YouTube and I saw that they had ordered it from Shein. And when I looked on Shein, I was surprised because it was actually so much cheaper than AliExpress or Shopee. So I went ahead and ordered them. So I have, let's start off with this. I have a whole bunch of these. I have 2 A5s and 6 A6s. And I think the first thing we are going to do is let's get them out of the plastic, right? Now, here's the interesting thing. On Shein, there's a lot of options to buy this. And I didn't realize that the one that I had ordered came with these inserts. So I paid, I think it was 180 pesos for one of these, and this was kind of the more expensive option, and I guess it's because it had, you know, it had this filler paper in it. So for some reason it never crossed my mind to look on Shein for cash envelopes, cash binders, but you know, I'm really happy that I caught that one video and saw that she had ordered hers from Shein, and she ordered the gray option, because for all of this, I'm not going to pretend to do the math. I can't remember how much I spent, but it was very reasonable for the 6 A6s and 2 A5s. So I'm very happy with this purchase, and I'm super excited to get it set up and organized, because if you guys have been watching, I've been a little, I don't know, like I say in most of my videos, and I apologize for the plastic noise, but we're done. We're done. What I say in almost all my videos is that, you know, it's trial and error. So if the system you've created doesn't seem to be working for you, then change it up and try to find a system that works for you. So what I've been doing is I've been constantly changing up my system. I spent all last week redoing my system, trying to figure out what is the best way to get it organized and working for me. And I have to tell you the truth, as much as I thought I was organized, I'm still not sure what I'm doing. So, but I guess that's part of the fun of it, right? It makes it a lot less boring. It makes you want to figure it out. It makes you want to try harder to get it to work for you so that it can benefit you the most, right? So that is what I'm doing, what I'm constantly doing. And we are taking out the filler paper because I'm not going to use it. I mean, it's such a waste, but I will find a way to use it because the quality of the paper is actually quite nice. So maybe I just need to find a use for it. Now, I've watched a lot of videos, and it's interesting to me because when I get these, I don't know if you guys feel it, but when you've ordered these PVC, there's always like this powder film on it. And I don't know what it is. I guess it's just to make sure they don't stick together. But what I'm going to do is just give this a quick wipe down. And I'll just fast forward you guys through this. Okay, so if you look at it, it's not dirty, so I'm not sure what it is, but it feels like powder or a little bit of dust, but I'm sure it's just to protect the PVC. But still, you know, not knowing what it really is, I don't want to be touching it and then accidentally putting it on my face. So while we wait for those to dry, let's talk about my system for a bit. Okay, so the binders that I set up thinking that it was gonna work for me are these. Okay, so hopefully we are in frame. Oh, so, and I do have this binder, and I have my bill exchange binder. And by the way, as I was looking through my safe, you all know I had some Indonesian cash, I had some Thailand cash, but I also found some Hong Kong cash, which I have, oh, and a very old 20-pound note. Now, I've really been trying to think what I'm going to do with this, and I'm tempted to maybe just exchange it because I don't know when I'm going to make it back to these countries. So that's what I've been thinking about. Not sure, it's just running through my mind, but back to the main binders here. So I have low priority, high priority, savings for home funds, savings for celebration funds, and I have rollover sinking funds. So we all know that my rollover, we're good with that. That is basically monthly, so January to December, it is all the cash that has been rolled over. But if you notice, I did complain about this in one of my past videos, that the lamination envelopes are kind of falling apart, so I don't know why I haven't changed them out yet, but anyways, this is good. I don't have to change that, but so my pad paper here is because I need to take note of what is missing, what I need to make. So rollover cash envelopes. So I'm trying to get myself organized. Now, this is basically, I don't even know what to call this. Oh my goodness. This is basically where I keep my cash for, you know, if if you remember my video, I did do a big monthly withdrawal. And so this is basically where I would get the cash and, you know, hold it in here until I'm ready to pull it out for the week. So I'm happy with this binder. But, so let's move these aside first, right, while we're talking. I did make new cash envelopes, right? And I know I did receive a comment last week on how they made a comment saying that my envelopes were nice and aesthetic. And I did love them. So this is there an empty one? Okay, let's do this. So this is the one that I made last week. And this is the updated one. Now, as much as I love this, I'm a very simple person, but I do need a splash of color, a little bit of something. So I decided to actually add this bit of pink in the back, just to make it pop a little bit. And the reason I did that was also because I had made some cash trackers. And I find these super, super cute. So if you can see here, this is filled out and super cute. I'm super happy with it. But if you put it against white, you can still see the CT for cash tracker in pink behind it. So I liked seeing that little bit, that small little pop of color. I thought it was super cute, so I figured, why not make my wallets the same way? So I'm now with a whole bunch of wallets, but we're going to try it out and see. You know, I'm a creative person, so I do enjoy making my own envelopes. But yeah, and plus I punched these wrong, you guys. I punched these wrong. I had a problem with my puncher. I was exhausted. I didn't check. So these are now nicely punched. They're printed out correctly. So I have Cash Wallet week 1, Cash Wallet week 2, week 3, week 4, Car Wallet week 1 and 2. This should actually be week 1 and 3, but it's okay. Basically, it's for 2 weeks. I'm not going to fret about that. Then what I decided to do in this set was basically my bank accounts, because so I have all these bank accounts. That's eventually where I'm going to put, you know, my cash that I've saved up. And I also need to keep track of the minimum balance because I've been so out of it, I haven't been even thinking about it. So all my bank accounts are here, and also security deposit box. So basically it's almost like this is where I'm going to keep track of, see, I don't know if I would call this high priority. For some reason I'm getting caught up in the terminology or the labels, but this is my main envelope system. Well, not main, but this is kind of, if ever, this is kind of like my bank account system, if that makes sense. So maybe the first thing we should do is actually switch that out, right? To get my mind kind of on track. Now it's going still in this binder because I do love this binder. It's my MOTERM. It has all the pockets. So one thing, where'd I put it? Now I'm debating, do I put trackers in these? Even though I know. So we'll hold off on that. What I do need a tracker in is my, let me see, did I put any? I did put some in here. So let me quickly pull this out because I made my trackers in 2 batches. So there you go. Okay, so let's grab these first. And so I'm sorry, you guys, this might be a longer video than what you're used to. You can always just fast forward through it and get to, you know, the stuff that you guys like to watch. But this is basically how I am going to be. Okay, we've run out, so now I can pull from my second batch. How I'm going to be organizing myself, just to get myself organized, because as organized as I thought I was, I didn't feel organized. So, oh my goodness. Almost there. Now, I do need to, oh, the other thing that I want to show you that I made is, ooh, what is in there? I've also made some placeholders. Actually, I made a whole bunch of placeholders. There we go. Because I wanted to try it out. And I wanted to see. So I have 5,000. You can't really see. I don't have. Let's just grab one of the filler paper. You can't really see this one, but it says 5,000. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I also have 10,000. Super cute. I'm super happy with it. And I have 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have 20,000. So this was just kind of like a test print. So it's not perfect. There's little bits and pieces there. It's a little bit smudged, but it was the first run. I have 4 of these. And then I have 50,000. It's a darker pink. So there is a 100,000. There's a gradient in this. So it's in basically my colors, 200,000 and 500,000 in gray. So if I were to just kind of show you guys, there is a bit of, it might be difficult to tell, but it goes from light pink to dark pink. Hopefully it's clear, but my table is a mess right now. But yeah, it goes from super light to dark. So I'm hoping these will be super fun to use when I actually am able to get to use them. So I've been busy. I've been busy trying to do things for my cash envelope system to make it easier and more fun for me. So let's put that aside and put that back. This is set up. Yeah, so I can close this. The only thing I probably need is, I need to make a note, because just like these placeholders, and let's put them back here in the back. I wanted to create fully funded slips. So I need to make a note. Fully funded, but also minimum balance. All right, so fully funded is good because I don't want to keep a lot of cash on hand. I want to put it back into my bank account. But let's say, for example, I have an envelope called subscriptions. Once it's fully funded, I want to be able to put in a slip that says fully funded, because so that I know it's been fully funded, and that means I've already put the cash into the bank. Does that make sense, you guys? Well, hopefully it does, but yeah, so I need to make those slips, and And also the minimum balance, I forget how much it is, and with each bank account it's different. So it would be nice to have that slip in there as a reminder, just so you know that you have the cash in there, and you know it's sitting there and you don't have to touch it. Okay, so let's pull out one of these and let's go into my low priorities. So I still have to make covers for these new binders, but my low priority is in this gold binder. I have it set up for my glam nails, my waxing, my massage, hair. Basically, it's, you know, a lot of the stuff that is mostly for me, if that makes sense. It's my things. Now, I'm not comfortable calling it low priority because I feel like, I don't know, it's strange to me. So I have to think of another term or another category to call it, or not category, but title. But what I was thinking is, and let's see, yeah, so I made more envelopes, but so we have my youngest daughter's allowance, my eldest daughter's. I figured since I'm giving my youngest some allowance, I would also put a lesser amount in my eldest daughter, just so she has, you know, some cash going in monthly. Then I have my nails, my waxing, my massage, my hair, and I added a family fun envelope. I was thinking that, you know, even though I have it in my wallet, it might be nice to also put a little bit of cash aside if we want to do something bigger. And then I decided to add a splurge envelope as well because, like I mentioned, I think it was my last video, I usually put 1,000 away for splurge, but I'm thinking of getting that 1,000 and splitting it into two. So I have a sinking fund and also in my wallet. Then I have drinks, which I'm thinking of maybe, I don't know if I want to keep using this or maybe change the amount so it's less, because I haven't used it ever since I started it. It's just been sitting there collecting money. Then I have self-care derma, self-care gynae. Then I put home gasul and water because completely forgot. I had to order gasul one day because we were out and it totally slipped my mind. And then our water, oh, it was just like, that weekend was not fun. So anyways, I put an envelope together so I'm not pulling out from other envelopes to pay for it. So, yeah, so I had to add that envelope, and then I have special occasions and miscellaneous. So this is kind of my go-to envelope system. And let's see how it looks. It's super cute, you guys, and I'm going to make a cover page for this, but I wanted to show you. So this is my gold. I got this on Shopee, and I wanted to just compare the size. I don't know if you can see it, but the gold is slightly wider and taller than this pink. And I actually prefer the size of the pink because I like to keep it a little bit more compact. So I'm super happy with this. And let's go ahead and grab the trackers out. I'll fast forward you guys through this so you don't have to watch. Okay, so you guys, I'm keeping, on the massage, I'm keeping paper clips here because if I do decide to withdraw monthly, and you guys did catch a time where it had just built up so much, it was getting a bit confusing. So I end up paper clipping the funds into how much I know it would cost weekly, just so it's easier to pull out. So that's the only reason why I'm adding it there. Okay, so moving on, fast forward once again. All right, so I have emptied this out. We can now move that aside. And this is nice and full, but I also need to make an IOU slip because, for example, where was it? Here. It was in Glam Hair that I had to do the IOU for the Gasul. So I need to replace 2.5 into here. But what I'd like to do instead of going through all my envelopes is kind of have an IOU slip in front so I can see. And I also need a cover, and I saw something really super cute that someone had made, and it's kind of like an index where you had your categories listed on one side and basically the budget for it monthly or weekly. And so I kind of want to do that because if you've been watching my videos, you know I had my scratch paper. I was always looking because I couldn't memorize all the categories I had and how much I was putting to it monthly. So this is actually super cute, and I was worried that I wasn't going to like the way this looked as much as the gold, but I'm super happy with that. So super, super cute. Okay, I'm gonna put that aside, and let's move on now to, I have it called high priority here, but now I made these. This is subscription therapy. So this is also kind of my investments that I have. My investments, things that I owe. So in a way, it's kind of like a bills binder. So I don't know if I would call it priority and whatnot, but yeah, I guess it's more of my bills binder. Now, I have a question for you guys. With your subscriptions, so I was kind of resetting up I moved all of my subscriptions off of my credit card and put it onto my debit card just to kind of cut back on being charged monthly and, you know, just make sure that my credit card is not freaking out all the time. But then I realized, should I be charging my subscriptions yearly instead of monthly? Because first of all, it's cheaper if you get charged yearly. Then secondly, it gives you time over the months to accumulate all those funds so that you can make the payment. So I've changed maybe one to a yearly due date. I'm considering doing the same with the others, but I was curious to find out from you guys what you do. So let me know. All right, so this is kind of bills binder, whatnot. Super cute, going to make a cover for it, and an index, same thing. Subscriptions, I will probably need fully funded as well, but I'll go through that later. So let's move on. I have savings home funds. Actually, no, let's do a fun one. because that's what I have here. So I decided, instead of making like a travel envelope, I decided to make an adventure binder. So basically it has adventure tickets, adventure hotel, yummies, transportation, and activities. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need cash trackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. This is super easy. I have no more cash trackers, which is strange because I had so many. But yeah, this is going to be basically all my travel stuff will be in here. So that is done, nice and easy. Then we will move, yeah, savings, home funds. Now, I'm still trying to figure out, let's change it up. How exactly I want to do this. I made these envelopes: health, car, doggos, planner supplies, gadget, buffer, emergency fund, 1 month ahead, 2 months ahead, savings 1, savings 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my savings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are for things like, you know, my daughter's prom. And what was the other thing that I had to save for? Her birthday. So it's those random things that I didn't have an envelope for. And here is now, I call it really my savings binder home fund, because that's basically what it is. It's for, you know, the home and, you know, so that is done. Then we have, oh my goodness, actually it's not completely done. Let me come back in here. And this is my daughter's prom. We've been kind of going through it. So now, yeah, there's nothing else in here. Okay, so this is my daughter's prom, which we can move in here. Savings 1. Only thing filled in there, and what's left over is now $3,940. She got her lashes done, she got her nails done, so that's where we got the money. I paid for her shoes from there, some jewelry she ordered on Shopee. Okay, so moving on. This is, okay, so one of these binders, when I got it was a little bit damaged, not a big deal to me, but I kind of want to put that aside first. And let's grab this one that is not as damaged, and I see it is a little damaged here. I think it was because it was on top. So this is my celebration funds. Originally I had split the savings envelopes. Since there's 6, I put 3 here and 3 in the other one, but I decided I will keep it all in the home fund first. Now, celebration funds is basically my birthday, my eldest daughter, youngest daughter, my parents, my godchildren, extended family, then friends. Now, the reason I decided to do this is because I am a last minute shopper, especially when it comes to Christmas. And before I know it, I'm like, oh my God, what's the budget for everyone? What am I supposed to get? It's a panic. So I figured, let's just split it up, because then I can easily budget and account for it. And it just seems a lot easier. I will probably need to make a Mother's Day, Father's Day, and then of course Grandparents' Day, because my daughters, well, just in case, grandparents. What else am I missing? Halloween, but maybe not. We're not a big holiday family type, except for Christmas. Christmas is kind of like a big thing, but I will add those other holidays there. So just in case. But yeah, we're almost through. Hopefully it hasn't been too long. Okay, now, question is, do I move over my rollover or do I keep it in its binder? So let's put that aside first. And let's move on to A5. So if you guys know, I have been working on my own kind of binder. And this is what I have so far. I'm happy with it. I'm still kind of tweaking it, but I can probably give you a sneak peek. So I have 2023. You have a year at a glance. You have first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and same thing for 2024. Then I have here my monthly, because I do like to see monthly. I made it undated, but I still have to change it out because with undated, I was hoping that, you know, you would be able to move the months around, but the way I have it set up at the moment makes it a little bit difficult to move the months around. So even though it's undated, I still have the months printed on them. Then I have here month budget summary, and so it's kind of like this. There's, I think, 3 different options because I'm trying to see what works for me. So I have it split up into 6, then split up into 15, and a full page. Yeah, and they're printed back and forth. And you know, what do I have here? Basically, because everyone works differently, right? And still trying to figure out the best way to do it. Then I have cash withdrawal section, because you know me and my scratch papers. So I've made a section for it. Still trying to figure out the best way to do it. And once I figure it out, I will give you guys a full... Actually, that's what I should do. I should save all of this for a full video on my budget binder. But basically, let's move this all here so it matches. Even though I do love the gold, I was very happy with the gold. Let's see what this looks like here. It actually fits nice and snug. So I am happy with that. And I forgot to close these rings. Okay. And I think what I will do is, I think for my bank passbooks, I will leave it in the gold. Let's leave it in the gold. Maybe even my rollover sinking funds, so that we have, you know, a mix of both. Put those aside. Here is, let me go ahead and get a nice, lay them out nicely so you guys can see all of it. And one more thing to show you guys. I did also make these cute teller slips, because Like I said, I've been a mess. But cute teller slips, monthly, weekly, and I used them this week and they've been super helpful. So yeah, I'm slowly putting together a nice, lovely collection. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider giving it a like. I apologize again for the length of it, but I hope you did enjoy it. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing and even hitting the bell so you can be notified when I post videos like this. And yeah, here is my new cash envelope system, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.